working on today?
I'm working on a word problem with, I have to add it up, 22 plus 16.
Okay, why did you think you needed to add it up for the problem? What was happening in the problem?
Because Miss Williams, she had 16 pencils in her box, and she put 20 more in her box, 20 more pencils in her box. So I wanted to add them together because she added more.
Okay, so I see you're thinking with that. Let's go back and review the problem. So I saw on there Miss Lee had 16 pencils, so you represented 16, and then Miss Williams gave her some more. So do we know how many Miss Williams gave her?
No.
No. And at the end, Miss Lee now has 22 pencils. So what's going on in that story?
I think that I can add 22 up with the 16 and then see what else I get and put it with the 22 and equal 16.
Okay, so let's think back. What does the 16 tell us?
16 tells us that we should.
So what does a 16 represent in the story? Who has 16?
Miss Williams.
Okay, Miss Lee has 16, so we represented it there. And then how many does Miss Lee have at the end?
22.
22. So can Miss Williams gave her some more. Can Miss Williams have given her more than 22 if she ended with 22? No. So let's think about how that would look if we had to draw a picture of it. You have it in this part here. So which one tells us the whole amount at the end? Okay. 22 at the top with the whole. So where are the parts?
Right here, 16.
Okay, so if we put the two parts together, that should equal our what?
22.
Should equal 22. So think about what you have here. You have 39. Would that make sense?
No.
So what can we do to get this last missing part?
We should minus. We should take away 39 from 22.
Okay, so was 39 part of our problem?
No.
So let's use what we have in the problem. What did we know for sure that Miss Lee had?
16
Okay.
pencils.
16 pencils. So let's draw those 16 pencils there. Good mathematicians model with the math, so drawing that picture. Okay? So that shows what Miss Lee has, right? Now at the end, Miss Lee had how many? 22. How can we make this 22?
Add up some more.
Okay, so show me, how would we do that? So right now we have 16, so do your think aloud. What would that be?
Six.
Okay, so how many do we have here?
22.
So we have the 22, so how much did Miss Williams give Miss Lee?
6.
How did you figure that out?
Because I added up. I already knew that was 16, so I started at 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Okay, good. So sometimes if this model of the part whole is confusing, we can always go back and draw a picture, and then our next step is going to be putting it on the number line so we can use our numbers, okay? So if we had to write an equation, what would this be? Well, how many did we start with?
16
Okay.
plus 6 equals 22.
Excellent. You can go ahead and write. So as you're working today, I want you to keep showing your work in that way, and always ask yourself, does this make sense? Okay?
Okay.
Keep working.